Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Brews with Brian, a craft beer review podcast. Now, craft beer is beer that is brewed in smaller breweries, not these big corporate machine breweries that we're all aware of. Craft beer takes time and patience, and the people that brew this stuff care about the product they are delivering to us, the consumers. I got into craft beer probably 2 or 3 years ago, and it's totally changed my outlook on the beer world, and there's the different styles and complexities that are available. But on this week's episode, I'm reviewing Life and Limb by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, White Monkey by Victory Brewing Company, and Dark Truth by Boulevard Brewing Company. So let's kick this show off. And first up on today's show, we have Life and Limb from Sierra Nevada Brewing Company out of Chico, California. Life and Limb has an ABV of 10% and a rotating availability. The description from the website says, 8 years after it was last seen, a blast from Sierra Nevada Brewing Company's past is set to return. The creation is Life and Limb 2019, a 10.2% ABV strong ale with birch and maple syrup that is a collaboration between Sierra Nevada and Dogfish Head. This will be the third time that this ale has been released after it debuted in 2009, and it was re-released in 2011. This beer pours a deep brown body that is easily distinguishable from black with a halfway decent inspection. Head was varied in pours, but generally ended in an average ring that doesn't supply much lacing. Aromas definitely bring out that earthy root spice vibe, with birch being specifically distinguishable. The base is a cinnamon bread, toasted or medium, that was allowed to toast longer as the coils cooled. Tasting this beer, it is more earthy flavors, a bit more rich and heavier than the old ales, but not as sweet. The birch spices grabs hold by mid-taste, seemingly aided by the maple that never grabbed the palate for itself. Earthy, but not bogged down by it. I really like this beer. It was good strong ale. It's a good sipping beer. Nothing you want to just kill and drink 10 of. But overall, Life and Limb, Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, 4 stars. And the next beer on today's show is White Monkey from Victory Brewing Company out of Downingtown, Pennsylvania. White Monkey has an ABV of 9.5% and a rotating availability. The description from the website says, Belgian-inspired triple ale, Golden Monkey aged for 3 months in oak white wine barrels. This beer pours slightly hazy golden yellow in color with hues of amber and a light amount of visible carbonation. It poured with a half-finger-high white head that died down, leaving a thin layer of bubbles covering the surface and a collar around the edge of the glass. Light to moderate aromas of apples are present in the nose, along with strong notes of candy sugar. Following the smell, the taste starts out with flavors of apples and transitions to flavors of Belgian yeast and candy sugar and notes of oak. No spices are detectable. The oak barrel aging drastically changes the dynamics of this beer, imparting interesting aromas and flavors of apples to the smell and the taste. You get a slight sense that this beer is strong from the hints of candy sugars, but it hides any trace of alcohol remarkably well from the taste. It's much better as it warms up. This beer is okay, not the best beer I've ever had, but if you can find it, White Monkey, give it a try. But overall, I'm giving White Monkey from Victory Brewing Company 4 stars. And the final beer on today's show is Dark Truth from Boulevard Brewing Company out of Kansas City, Missouri. Dark Truth has an ABV of 9.7% and a year-round availability. The description from the website says, throughout the ages, man has been fascinated by the quest for hidden knowledge, the search for the secrets transforming the elemental into the extraordinary, the simple into the sublime. Ladies and gentlemen, we present for your consideration this exotic, inky concoction, the almost magical creation of our modern-day alchemists who have turned humble grains, barley, wheat, rye, and oats into black liquid gold. Layers of complex flavors slowly emerge from the glass. Espresso, roasted fig, creme brulee, Belgian yeast provides a plum-like fruitiness. Noble German hops reveal spicy herbal notes, while the rich, velvety mouthfeel mellows to a dry, smoky finish. This beer pours with a dark walnut head and has a firm cake texture and structure with an amazing retention rate. The coloring is equally as dark, juicy plum-like darkness with a lacing that provides a thick and spongy covering engulfing the vessel's walls. Aromas of sweet chocolate milk and dark roasted, finely crushed coffee beans, roasted nuttiness, almonds, walnuts with some dark chocolate syrup like sweetness. The flavor is deep roasted with an oily bitterness, oaty and chewy palate feel with some espresso, burnt hop flowers, and some silty campfire minerality. Dark fruit of plums, while some burnt marshmallows add sweetness on the fade. Included is a light fare of smoky barrel woodiness. It's got a firm and silty mouthfeel, which gives it like an oily texture. It's chewy on the hold, bubbly around the tongue's edges, roasted warmth on the tip of the tongue. Overall, it's a very nice feel, with the highlight definitely being the oily bitterness factor. Very good per style, decent range and depth of bitterness. It's very good. It does not feel like 9.7%. So overall, I'm going to give Dark Truth from Boulevard Brewing Company 4 stars. And that is going to do it for this week's episode of Brews with Brian. I want to thank everybody for listening. The show continues to grow each and every week. I think we're in 7 countries and about 13 states in the U.S. So I'm very appreciative, and thank you for everybody that listens every week. On this week's episode, I reviewed Life and Limb from Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, White Monkey from Victory Brewing Company, and Dark Truth by Boulevard Brewing Company. I want to give a special shout out to Southern Package. Again, that's where I buy all of my craft beer. So if you live in Northwest Alabama, go to Sheffield and go to Southern Package and buy your craft beer there. They'll treat you right. They're great people. I can't put them over enough. And sorry that the episode come out a little late today, but I got married on Friday, and it's been a little crazy bit of a weekend, but we got the show out. It might be a little late, but that's all right. But you can check the show out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. Again, thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you next time.